What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. My name is Ty Workentine here with my little brother, Evan Workentine, and episode number 22 of TEW Confrontational. 22. Keep pushing them out. We missed the week, 4th of July and everything. We had a lot going on. I was out of town, Evan was out of town, so we just couldn't find a time to get an episode in, but had a blast during 4th of July. Had a blast last weekend as well. How was your 4th of July?
It was awesome, man. Great. Couldn't ask for better weather. I think it was around the 80s and 90s. I know on Sunday or Monday it got up to like 92. So I got a pretty good sunburn on my back, but we're healing from that. And it was a great overall time. A lot of good fireworks. Even on Tuesday night, we went to the fireworks show here in Sioux Falls. At the fairgrounds? Yeah, they spend a shit ton of money, but it's only 22 minutes long. I was hoping it was a little bit longer, but it was a good time. How was your 4th of July?
Hell yeah. I didn't do much. Saturday was at the lake up with you guys, and Zachary and Anastasia were up there with the girls, and so it was fun. I also got sunburned even on Saturday. It wasn't like crazy hot, maybe like 86, not too hot, but and the clouds are even out. But I got pretty sunburned, so I'm peeling from that. Pretty bad, but
gotta put sunscreen on, man.
Yeah, we didn't have to work Monday or Tuesday, but Ashley did, and I was watching Lola and taking care of her, so I didn't really do much during like 4th of July.
They let any fireworks off around here?
Yeah, there was a bunch going off like just in the neighborhood and everything. So we got to see some even like from our back porch. I think we could see the fairgrounds. Or something was going off over there. Yeah, something
actually would have been over here.
Yeah, I don't know. Something was going off over there, and then you could hear them all around town. But yeah, there was a bunch going on. And then last weekend, so it's today's Tuesday. So we just got back yesterday from Okoboji.
Yeah, what did you all do for that?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, spent in Okoboji that for Zachary's 30th birthday. That was pretty fun. Weather was awesome. So that worked out perfect. But
what do you guys all do? You go out to any restaurants or?
Yeah, we hit up Barefoot
Is that a bar?
Yeah, the Barefoot bar in Okoboji. I think it's one of the
most famous.
I don't know. Yeah,
for that.
Most well-known bar down there. It was pretty fun. Went to Barefoot on Saturday night. We did the whole like Arnold's Park kind of thing.
How was that? I think I've been there when I was younger.
Yeah, when I was little, we used to go there like every other year. But we didn't like go on any rides or anything. But they had like a farmer's market on Saturday morning, and so Ashley really likes those. So we checked out like the shops and stuff and the farmer's market.
So what they just sell like corn and stuff like that.
Like some
salsas
there was some salsas and like honeys and like some fresh produce, but
fresh
a lot of it was like homemade cutting boards or flowers or plants, stuff like that. I saw some mushrooms, like you can like just grow your own, like just they buy a bag of mold and like there's mushrooms in it. Yeah, it's just nasty. And they have a farmer's market here in Sioux Falls too. Yeah, that sells the same thing, but I just find it kind of
they have a farmer. Is that downtown in Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
I think I may have been to it or walked past it, but
but then so Saturday just kind of did like the touristy stuff of Okoboji. Went to Barefoot, went to Arnold's Park, walked around, did all that kind of stuff, and then Sunday morning we golfed at the Brooks Golf Club.
You did go golfing?
Yeah, so we went golfing 8 a.m. It was fun, dude. There was a nice course. So this one had like 27 holes, kind of like Elmwood does. Pretty nice course. Greens were pretty fast. Me and Zachary were playing 2v2 against a couple of his buddies that went up there. And Zachary on the first tee hit like a 320-yard drive, landed right on the fringe of the green, and then two putted for a birdie. It was a par 4. So that was pretty fun right off the bat. We all played really well. I was hitting pretty much every fairway. Yeah. And then 150 in, I'm like there. Like my distance is there. I kind of know what distance I need, but I'm either left by 15 feet.
What are you hitting?
What
are you hitting at 150?
150, my 7-iron. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't have too much distance behind it, but like too much power. But I'm pretty good with like controlling like where it goes and stuff. But I was just off a little bit right or a little bit left, so didn't play well. But we still took the dub.
There you go.
Beaten by a stroke. But and then we went single play on the back nine. We just played our own, and then Jeff Tobin. Yeah. He beat me by like 3 or 4 strokes on the back nine. But It was pretty fun. Yeah. I got to hang out with everyone and drink some beers and stuff.
Yeah, so. Me and Reef went golfing at Elmwood on Saturday morning. This past Saturday.
Oh yeah, how'd you
golf
go?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Was the weather good?
I think me and Reef each had about 3 pars, and that's pretty solid for me. I think a par 5, so that's pretty damn good for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting good. I was hitting it straight. I only used my driver once, and I think I'm gonna start playing that from now on. Because when I use my driver, it goes all over the place. If I use my 3-wood or my hybrid, I can hit it pretty straight, about 200, 250. So
yeah, we'll have to definitely get back out though. I'm starting to get dialed in a little bit. The last couple of rounds have been like prior to this last one have been a little iffy. I've been working on a few things, trying to change it in the middle of the year.
You can't do that. You got to stick to it.
Because I was golfing pretty well at the beginning of the year, and then I tried to tweak a few things, and it fell apart. But then I finally got it back this past weekend, I think. So I got to get back out there and keep golfing. But
yeah.
But you know what I mean. You go through those like highs and lows and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of golf, last weekend the John Deere Classic.
Yep.
Not a huge tournament, not a whole lot of names in it. Like there's no big names. I think Cameron Smith
Cam Young.
Cam Young was probably the biggest name.
Yeah.
Cam Smith won the Live event this past weekend, but no, Cam Young is probably the biggest name in that tournament. And then Strepka, I think was his name. Let me just look this up. I think it was like Sepp Straka or something like that. Finished with 21 under. On the 18th hole, he teed off into the water. So everyone's like, "Oh shoot, this might be," and he was only up 2 strokes, so easily could have lost it there. But I think he recovered with a nice shot, and I think he ended up parring it.
That's not a good thing when you start when you're up and you're leading,
and you hit it right into the water.
Off your drive, yeah.
But he saved it and finished 21 under and won 1.3, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, Brandon Todd, Alex Smalley, Adam Schneck, and then Ludwig Adberg were the top 4.
Yeah, I don't really know any of those names.
I've heard of Ludwig Adberg a couple of times. I think he's an amateur, or he's a younger guy, I think. And then that Alex Smalley, he won a tournament earlier in the year, I think, where he was top.
I've heard of Smalley, yeah.
Yeah, Alex Smalley. I think he won a tournament this past year.
Yeah.
Or this year. But anyway, yeah. And then this next weekend is the Barbasol Championship. And same thing. I don't think there's a whole lot of names in this.
A lot of younger guys.
Yeah, reason why I think is the Open is July 20th.
Okay.
So in a couple weeks.
Yeah, there is something big going on.
And the Genesis, Barbasol and the Genesis are this week.
Okay.
The Genesis Scottish, and the Genesis is a bigger one. Yeah. Xander Schauffele won that last year, but Genesis is a big one. I forgot they had 2 tournaments going on this weekend. So yeah, the Barbasol Championship and the Genesis Scottish Open are this weekend.
Yeah, and
Genesis is a big one. I think that one will be more televised.
And the celebrity one is they all go to Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, Lake Tahoe.
So yeah, weekend. Pat McAfee, AJ Hawk. Shout out AJ Hawks, one of my favorite football players.
Not even just like
AJ
those
Hawk,
guys,
Aaron Rodgers,
Patrick Mahomes, Steph Curry.
It's a bunch of them. Like
the Miz. They were talking about the Miz on Pat McAfee. I forgot who else was.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of celebrities in it. You have to. I'll just look it up here quick. But yeah, what were you saying about it?
They're just doing Well, just speaking of golf, and Ty and what's his name are doing a
Boston Connor
are doing like a they'll be on YouTube recording from they'll actually be following along each hole.
Yeah,
they'll be recording, tweeting and stuff. So I'm gonna definitely tune in. I'm not sure the exact dates of when that starts, but I know they're taking the Pat McAfee show's taking about 3 weeks off. We're gonna return the 31st of July.
Damn, they're taking 3 weeks off. That's pretty.
So good for them, dude. They deserved it.
Yeah, Tony Romo, Adam Thielen's in it. This is the top leaderboard. I think this was from last year.
I heard Adam Thielen's a really good golfer.
Yeah, I think this is from last year.
But I think they keep the same people in it.
Right. Yeah. Most of it, I think if you're doing well, I think you'll.
And I think you do pair up with somebody.
Devontae Adams is playing it. Josh Allen, Marcus Allen, Ray Allen. Rondé Barber. I'm gonna go more items here. See how many. There's a lot of people, and they're all freaking good too. Low key, all really good.
Yeah, Pat was saying that he wanted to score be in the top 50.
Yeah, Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah.
Reggie Bush, Derek Carr, Vince Carter, Del Curry, Steph Curry, Seth Curry. All 3 of the Currys.
It's got to be a sports, whether retired or current players.
John Elway, Marshall Faulk, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Larry Fitzgerald.
I heard Fitzpatrick's in there, yeah.
Yeah, Robbie Gould, AJ Hawk, Travis Kelce.
I wish they had that on.
Larry the Cable Guy, Zach Levine, Kyle Lowry, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, dude. So like
ton of
people.
You keep probably name. There's honestly probably 200 or 300 golfers, dude.
Jim McMahon, yeah, definitely.
I wish they had that televised. I don't think they do. No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
let's see.
Otherwise, I don't think Boston Connor and Ty would be doing like a thing on it.
Yeah, maybe not. I thought you would think they would. It would bring a lot of.
I think it's more of. I don't know if it's just a private event.
Yeah, it could be, and then I think it's like fundraising for.
It is fundraising. Yeah. But hey, I'm pumped for that. Whenever that is, I know it's obviously got to be coming up in the next week or so.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's cool that Ty and Boston are doing like the broadcast. Honestly, they're gonna be doing like the coverage. And stuff.
And then once they get back, it's gonna be damn 20 days from football season. So
yeah, it's 58 days from football season right
exact
now
days,
until that Thursday where the Lions play the Chiefs.
Yeah, big game for the Lions.
No, it's a big game for the Chiefs too. Like opening, like first game.
Yeah, but the Chiefs are used to it though.
Yeah,
they get a lot of openers. So,
yeah, but
this has got to be one of the Lions' first openers ever.
Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of cool. Is it in Arrowhead? It's in Arrowhead,
yeah,
right?
I believe so.
But yeah, so that's gonna be tough to go to Arrowhead and play the very first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But still.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. And what was I gonna say? Damn, just slipped my mind. But golf, yeah, that's probably about it for upcoming tournaments, and then other obviously like Lake Tahoe and stuff like that. Speaking of Pat McAfee, he's him and AJ Hawker speakers on the ESPYs tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, ESPYs are tonight.
I don't think they're tonight. They might be tomorrow night.
Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember, but it's this week.
Yeah.
The ESPYs. I think it's Wednesday.
So Pat McAfee, shout out to him. He just keeps blowing up. He keeps getting like these gigs, and obviously they're going to ESPN. And
well, a lot of people you see all those people that got laid off or fired from ESPN.
Yes, Jeff Van Gundy or Steve Van Gundy? He commentates. He's a commentator for all the NBA games. He was for the finals too.
Yep.
He got laid off.
And then the guy off First Take,
Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose
got laid off.
First Take. I don't think Stephen A. Smith.
Not Stephen A. But the Max Kellerman.
He was already laid off.
Yeah,
he might have been laid off because he had his own show. He split from First Take, and then he had his own show. It's called I don't know. He might have gotten laid off though too. Mm-hmm. A lot of layoffs, but
yeah, crazy. And so looks like they're making room for Pat McAfee
and his whole squad,
giving him all these gigs where he's headlining like ESPN. I don't know if he's like doing it like hosting the ESPYs,
no,
but I think he's just announcing an award. I think him and AJ Hawk are both.
Yeah.
So I mean that's still pretty freaking cool. So congrats Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk and the whole Pat
squad.
McAfee show.
Yeah.
But yeah, NFL, 58 days to NFL season. Not a whole lot of stuff going on.
We're still waiting for some, big stars to land. I mean, obviously D-Hop hasn't landed yet.
Dalvin hasn't landed. Zeke.
Dalvin, yeah.
Like, there's still all those names that we mentioned in the past, and then few podcasts.
The Bills just came out and said we would definitely sign D-Hop if he was willing to ring chase. And then D-Hop commented on the post and said bullshit, like two bulls and then two shit emojis. So obviously he's not looking for that. He's looking for a big contract.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. They have never even said that. Maybe he hasn't had any communication with that team. I don't know. But I'm excited to see where he lands. But damn, it's been a minute. He's been kind of pushing it off. He hasn't.
Yeah. We'll see.
And they started talking about him a month ago.
Like Chiefs, would be. Yeah, a good landing spot. Patriot. I mean, there's all these.
I think Patriots.
All these Titans. All these places would be a good fit. I think for. Yeah. And I think they all can probably afford them. Like Chiefs has a lot of wideouts. They don't have like a star wideout really.
Yeah. And he did. He also did tweet. D-Hop said he hasn't missed like 1,000-yard season and like a certain amount of years. He's like, I'm going to be playing till I'm 38 and I'll still like hold up the 1,000 yards per year.
For sure.
So who knows?
When you get his first game back this past year, he got 13 or 15 targets, caught 13 catches for like 115 yards. So, I mean, he's still got it.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off that. Was it an injury or was it a suspension?
Suspension, and I think he did get hurt a little bit.
Yeah, or something. But anyway, yeah. So like, still, I'm pumped for a football season. I can't
58 days, so just under 2 months.
Yeah, a little bit of news. Alvin Kamara, he got like, did you hear he got in a fight?
He was charged with assault.
Yeah, then he pled no contest to like a misdemeanor.
Yeah, I did see that. But he can still because now they actually have a charge on him.
So
he can face
I mean, that's really.
He might get maybe 2 games. I don't know. Especially because it's like an assault charge. I mean, that's a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the only news I can think of coming out of the NFL, really. But I'm pumped for the NFL to start. And
I'm ready to start wearing that green and gold again.
Yeah. Are you pumped for the Packers? Like, what do you think the Packers are like looking like this year?
I've heard a lot of stuff out of like, all the Packers like analysts and stuff like that saying like, Jordan Love's looking really good, but who knows? You're not going to be able to tell before you see him play.
I mean, in practice, like. You can see clips on the internet. And shit like
but that's one
and
clip
then
or 2 passes.
All the players like hyping him up, but I think they're like supposed to, or like they want to do.
It's just supposed to do that. Supportive, supportive and stuff like that.
It's hard to tell, but like from the reports coming out, like from just journalists and stuff, he looks good, like stuff like that.
And he came out of college just really athletic. So I think he's gonna kind of have that. Besides like the the vision, maybe a little bit of Patrick Mahomes. I mean. And maybe a little bit of Josh Allen. I don't know.
I think your team's going to rely heavily on your defense, and I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. Like last year, you were saying they're going to be like top 3 defense, and like they had the talent there, and so was everyone else. Everyone else is saying they're going to be top 3 defense too, and they just weren't. Their special teams was kind of iffy.
Yeah, Joe Barry kind of fucked us too.
Like at the beginning of the season, the defense wasn't great. They're letting up a lot of yards. Special teams wasn't great, and then
our special teams picked up towards the end.
At the end of the season, then
so did our defense picked up right after that.
I think it just fed off of that. So I think,
And in our run game, I think you have AJ Dillon, you got Aaron Jones.
Is Bakhtiari back?
Bakhtiari's back. Yeah.
So then you got a veteran line that
our line kind of stayed the same. So.
Yeah. And then you amped up your defense with like that Logan Van Ness pick.
Yep, Luke Van Ness.
Sorry, from where is he from? Is he from Iowa?
Yep.
And so he was a dog out of Iowa. So we'll see what happens with the Packers. Everyone is saying watch out for the Packers. Like could be number one. Like what are I should have looked up the odds, but what are the odds for like division wins?
I think the Packers were somewhere in the middle. Obviously lower, like either like 3rd or 4th.
Like plus 550 or
I think it's supposed to be like Vikings, Lions,
like right at the top, and then Packers and then Bears,
interchangeable, and then Packers, Bears, yeah.
Well, I'm pumped. Like Vikings roster, I saw a stat like there's only 5 people over the age of 30 on the Vikings roster.
So you're young.
Yeah, well, not super young, but yeah, Kirk Cousins obviously, and then there's a few defensive linemen and stuff like that.
Yeah, did you see that move? That show that came out? It's coming out on Netflix. The quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. I saw a little clip that was posted of Kirk Cousins reading to his kid, and who is it? So it's Jameis Winston.
No,
not Jameis Winston.
Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes, and Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota, yeah. So those 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be pretty sweet. And it's like hosted by or directed by
Peyton Manning.
And it's like every single day of the whole entire season with these guys, like you said, family time, like reading to bed and stuff.
It's gonna really give you a good insight of what like the daily life of a professional quarterback is. Like going home, a lot of these quarterbacks have kids, so kind of, and then just a family time, and then also the preparation, like of what they have to put their body through and how to like recover from that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to watch like how much we actually get to see into like the
I'm excited
off the field stuff, like in the
season 2 is coming up. They got to go for season 2, so we're not started yet. Probably when it NFL starts.
Well, they probably got the quarterback selected.
Yeah, I guarantee it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers too.
Yeah, they might have already started like with the whole draft thing and everything. They might even do like a rookie quarterback.
That'd be pretty cool
with like a Bryce Young or like a CJ Stroud.
I could see that going far, like multiple seasons of that.
Oh yeah, everyone
you switch it up. You do like all
the
vet quarterbacks, and then you do rookies, and then you do like the underdog. I don't know. You could do a bunch of different variations of seasons.
Right, and it's going to be like a reality TV show, I would think.
It's kind of
with a little bit of sports. So I mean, even like non-football people who watch football all the time would still be interested in seeing like, oh, real life stuff. You know what I mean? Not just like people fucking running around and hitting each other. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, it would be pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm pumped for that to come out.
And 58 days till the season begins. There we go.
So Lions and Chiefs, day 1.
Packers Bears play in Chicago for week 1.
I had a whole list already typed out, but I forgot to print it off. So
it's all right. Off the dome.
But yeah, so football season's coming around. I'm excited for the Vikings. And I don't have too much news on any NFL more.
Yeah. The biggest buzz right now has got to be NBA with that free agency frenzy.
Yeah. We already hit like
there's a bunch of moves, a lot of smaller ones. Do you want to go off the big deal? Like some of the big deals like.
We hit like the first wave, like the first away when
day 1.
Yeah. So right when it dropped, that's when a lot of the moves happen, like the bigger ones. I would say they've already been working on them all off season, and those big ones happen right away. And then the following are more of like re-signings or extensions of deals, or their trade packages or something like that. So that's kind of what's happening. I haven't been paying too much attention. Like I said, 4th of July, I've been on vacation.
Yeah.
I did see like Dylan Brooks got signed with the Houston Rockets. That was a pretty big one.
I think he signed an $80 million deal.
Yeah, because everyone was clowning him. There was talks about him going and playing in China or something or in Japan. And like everyone was just trolling him on the internet. He kind of put that on himself with him poking the bear. He pokes bears or whatever, like that shit on Twitter. And
then Lakers got Gabe Vincent from Miami. There's a few different ones. They're always like those. They're not maybe like the highly watched players, but like
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves resigned for I think 50-something million.
Yeah, so
that's huge for him because he was he
got his bag.
He's undrafted.
He balled out. Yeah, he balled out in towards the later half of the season and in the playoffs. So well deserved. And then for Austin Reeves,
Lakers got Jackson Hayes from I believe New Orleans Pelicans. That's a good get. There's a few other ones.
I think Patrick Beverly.
He signed. Where did he go? I don't Beverly. He committed.
Can't remember, but he's like one of the big ones. Not necessarily one of the big ones, but he's like talks a lot. Everyone likes to kind of keep an eye on what he's doing and stuff, like with his podcast and everything. So he signed somewhere. There's been a bunch of trades, and we'll kind of just
Chris Middleton agreed to another deal. 3-year, 102. Max Strus. He went to Cleveland. There's a bunch of different ones like Reggie Jackson, Denver Nuggets agreed to a 2-year, $10.5 million. So there's a lot of ones that we could go over. Bruce Brown, was a big key, and he went to Bruce Brown went to I just had it on here to Pacers for 2-year, $45 million.
Yeah,
and he was playing towards the end of the like he picked it up kind of like. You were saying like Austin Reeves picked it up towards the end of the year. Bruce Brown picked it up at the biggest time of the year.
Yeah,
so
he played well during the playoffs and towards the end of the season. He might have been one of those day 1 guys. I think that got traded on or signed on day 1. I can't remember if he mentioned him or not. But still a big one. There's a bunch of other ones, but we won't sit here and talk about them. If you want to go look, you just head up, type in NBA free agency, and it all pops up. So, move like NBA's. Yeah, the Summer League is started a couple of days ago or a week ago or something like that. Yeah, Victor Wembanyama or whatever had his debut a couple. When was it? Like last Thursday or something like that.
It would have been his first game was on Friday.
So last Friday.
Yep, and that was the 1 versus 2 pick. So Brandon Miller versus Victor.
They played the Hornets and it wasn't a great showing.
He looked like
Victor.
A pile of shit. He didn't look like he was running.
Brandon Miller looked good, played decent defense. He was guarding Victor and he was kind of bullying him in the paint. not on offense, but on defense. He was stripping him and stuff like that, kind of making him look kind of silly. But
he looked lost out there.
Yeah, and he did comment after. He's like, I kind of didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, and then I guess Greg Popovich like sat him down and is like, and then he even Victor said like, you know, I'm not here to like have him like a coach be nice to me and like, oh, it's all right.
Yeah, he wants
give me the work, and I guess Pop did, and he turned it right around and had 27. So
yeah, 27, 12, and
so
didn't have any assists, but he had 3 blocks. He had 5 blocks on his night when he only had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 3 assists or something like that. But I mean, LeBron James, his first debut was 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. It didn't have any like steals. I didn't see that. But I mean, so not too far off. 14 versus 9.
Yeah.
8 versus 8.
I was impressed. Like 8, me and Reef watched that at B-Dubs, right? We sat at the bar and watched that. His
Hornets one or the
Hornets and his when he had like 8 points or 9 points.
Yeah.
Spurs versus Hornets, yeah. And his vision was pretty crazy. It kind of reminded me. He was making passes where he wasn't even looking.
Great passes.
And it kind of reminded me of the Joker. The way the way his handles were, and because he was going between the legs.
I think he's a little more athletic than the Joker and a little bit more agile, quicker. But yeah, you're right. He did have great vision. That you can tell he has great basketball IQ. I think he went out there with all that pressure that he had on himself
after the Britney Spears stuff.
Well, that too, and like just everything. Like the number 1 overall, he's been hyped up the last 5-6 months.
He's 19 years old,
right? So I think all that.
I think he's 19, right?
Yeah. Going out there, I thought that was a good relief. Like, all right, so you can get that out of the way. Everyone doesn't have any kind of feels like, okay, I don't have to live up to the high expectations. Everyone saw it and play very well. And then now let's just go out there, shake it off, and let's like actually settle down, get in a routine, and play basketball.
Smooth, like he wasn't worried about anything. It looked like, and he looked like he was just playing ball, and that's how it should be.
He was hitting pull-ups, knocking down threes. His 3-point shot was looking good. He hit one in night 1, and he had that crazy put-back dunk in night 2 where somebody missed it. He tipped the ball up and then grabbed it and dunked it, all in the same thing. And then he also had an offensive rebound with an under. Try to do like a reverse layup and then grabbed it.
He's 7'2" or 7'3".
No, he's like 7'5".
No, I think they were saying he was 7'5", but I think he was.
No, he's like 7'5".
Should we look it up here?
Yeah. He's like 7'5", and then his wingspan is like 9'8" or something like that.
I know that, yeah. He is 7'5". Jesus Christ. How tall was Yao Ming?
7'5", 7'6", maybe 7'4".
And this guy's handling the ball like a freaking point guard.
Like KD, yeah, like KD. He was doing in between the legs spin moves and like finishing like finger rolls like jelly style. Like yeah, he's fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what all expires out of this. Brandon Miller is playing well. Amir and Amanda and Sir Thompson are playing well. Yeah, one plays for Detroit, one plays for Houston.
Yeah, and Scoot Henderson got
Portland.
Hurt on that Friday night. He left the game early. That was the second game right after the Spurs and Hornets. He left early.
He was playing well. First game. And like before he got hurt, he was putting up numbers
because like the first game happened a while ago. That was just Victor Wembanyama's first game. So they'd already played like 5 or 6 games.
Right. And so a lot of the top prospects are playing well. Even some of who's that pick number 6? I can't remember his name, but he played on the same team as Victor Wembanyama over in France or whatever.
I don't know.
And then he plays for the Pacers, and he put up 21 or 27 the other night. So I mean, a lot of these players are playing well.
I watched speaking of that night, that first night when Wembanyama played, Wembanyama, whatever how you say it, it was for the Rockets, and you would have seen this. So this guy, I can't remember his name. He had 33 points right at the fourth quarter with 3 seconds left. They kind of like the guy inbounded it, threw it over his shoulder like this. The guy caught it, and then he like just took one step and just threw it. It was like a dart, so it went like, and he made it and won the game.
Hell yeah! That was just a couple of nights ago. That was Portland and
That was Friday
Houston.
night. Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Friday night? I thought
Friday
that was
night,
a couple nights, but yeah, it was Portland and Houston.
I believe it was Friday night. Maybe Friday, Saturday, but
yeah, it was Portland and Houston.
did you see him? He went like the guy inbounded, threw it over his shoulder.
I didn't see that. No, I just saw like the final,
and the
final score.
The guy kind of like mosses him, and then just turns around quick and.
Damn. Yeah, I gotta start watching these.
They're pretty intense
summer league games,
because it's not like they've already made it. Like these guys are working for a spot in the 16-man roster.
Yeah, I think it's like more like
12,
11 or 12.
Yeah, so they haven't made it yet.
Yeah.
So
exactly. No, but it is fun to watch, and then they have like second, third year players playing too. Like
yep. So like
Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
For San Antonio, he's playing. Trey Mann for Oklahoma. OKC, he's playing, and they're playing well. 23, 24 a game from both of them, I think.
And I don't know if he still plays this year, but LiAngelo Ball, his other brother, he did last year in the G League.
Yeah.
So he was playing in the summer league, I think, too.
Was he playing in the summer league?
I think so. Yeah.
I gotta start watching some of that and paying attention to it. I haven't been paying much attention to sports since
the past 2 weeks. I mean, this is like the time where like it's busy with like 4th of July kind of for everybody. Last like a week and a half.
Yeah, and same with at my job, dude. Everyone's out on vacation. So I took a couple of days off, so I'm trying to catch up. And, pretty much. Yeah. But no, yeah. So basketball is happening. It starts in what?
It's heating up.
2 months.
Yeah, maybe.
Or no, I guess summer league, or does it start more in like November?
I think it starts August, September probably, because I know like they're
I think it's October.
All-Star breaks like December.
Yeah.
Around December 25th. Yeah. Around Christmas. I know Christmas time they always have those Christmas matchups. So I think it's maybe February might be All-Star break, but I'm not sure. Not
like summer league's kind of what's going on in the NBA. Did you see Brittany Griner threw down a?
Yeah, I did see that.
Threw down a dunk for the first dunk of the.
And she's good, dude.
23.
She's good.
She is.
I mean, it kind of helps that she's how tall is she?
Yeah, like 6'8", 6'9". Yeah. She might be even taller than that, but yeah, she is kind of.
It was this lousy dunk though. She should be getting off the ground for more than that.
I mean,
being 6'8".
Yeah, here's like kind of like a picture of it, but it's. Yeah, she's
She gets up there,
above the rim,
but she doesn't like slam it like with authority.
Nah, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, not too much going else on the NBA. Baseball, they're in the kind of like their All-Star break. They just had the home run derby last night.
That's gotta be my favorite thing to watch. I didn't watch a lot of it, but I just like kind of saw like towards the end of it and the highlights. Vladimir Guerrero, he ended up winning it. And it was a shootout. He hit 25 in the last round, and the other guy hit 23. So pretty close. And
yeah, it was a shootout.
You were saying that
first father-son duo not duo, but first father and son to win the home run derby.
That's pretty
crazy.
So
it's
Vladimir Guerrero and
Guerrero Senior, and then
Junior.
Vladimir Guerrero Junior.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even the one who had the most home runs, and this has happened more than once.
Somebody hit
Randy
29.
No, 82 for the total for the whole thing.
I was thinking of rounds.
Yeah, Randy Orozarena this year had 82 and he lost. Julio Rodriguez had 81 last year and he lost. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in 2019 had 91 and he lost.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, he's coming back for vengeance. He's not going to lose that shootout again. So, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Having 91, 82, like having over 80 home runs and not winning.
Just think of that though. They're at bat for 4 or 5 minutes probably.
Yeah, Randy Orozarena had like 41 in one round.
Yeah,
or
so just think about that. They're at bat for 4 or 5 minutes, with those rounds, and then they can get those speed rounds where you get an extra round of 1 minute, whatever. That's got to be exhausting because you're swinging your hardest, and that's 4 or 5 minutes. Like they were comparing it to like. Is that like 8 rounds of boxing right there?
Dude, I went to the batting cage, so...
That's a round of boxing.
Yeah, so another thing I forgot to mention, it was Ashley's birthday on July 2nd. And so we did go on Sunday. We went to Thunder Road.
Oh, yeah.
And so we did like the mini putt-putt, the go-karts. I kicked their ass in both. Not just joking.
They really stepped it up there. They got bowling alley too. And
dude, the inside, they redid the whole thing. It is pretty sweet. I remember that one
restaurant.
Yeah, the laser tag and everything. So Ash and I did go-karts. Yeah, Ash and I did go-karts and everything. We did 2 rounds of go-karts to start. We got like wristbands, and it's like an all-day pass. And so we did go-karts, and we were doing those. That was fun as fuck. I remember doing as a little kid doing those go-karts, but it's so much more fun when you actually know how to drive and like drift and like know how to control the car and stuff. It's pretty fun. And yeah, me and her were going at it, and then you know how like you can take the inside, but they go a little bit outside. You take the inside. I did that. I took the inside, and then she was sped up, but I was speeding up too. And then I spun left really hard because she's on the outside. Full 360.
You did?
No, she did.
Oh, right.
I spun her out full 360, but then she like got right back into the straightforward driving position. No one ran into her or anything, and we just kept going. So
yeah, it is fun. Yeah,
it was pretty fun. Then we did putt. She beat me by 2 strokes there, and then we did laser tag. They have a little laser tag arena. She beat me there. Didn't do bowling or anything, but then we went to the batting cages. So
cages are always fun.
So this is what my point of the story was. We went to the batting cage.
You probably struck out every time.
We did she did softball, so I was like, I'm not gonna go over there. I'm just gonna do softball too. And I did the fast one. It's going like between 50 and 60 miles an hour. And fuck, dude, I was swinging as hard as I can at these fucking balls.
You never played baseball besides when you were
no, but I mean, I was hitting them, making contact sometimes, but
you gotta do like the 30 to 40 mile per hour.
Yeah,
dude.
but holy buckets, I was tired as shit getting out of there, dude. I was sweating, drenched, it was hot out. I was like, get me out of here. But yeah, 25. It was only 25 balls that I swung at. These guys are hitting 50, 60 at a time.
Oh yeah, maybe more, dude. I don't know.
Per round. Yeah, it's freaking nuts. But yeah, so that was the point of that.
Baseball's a lot harder than everybody thinks.
Right. So yeah, but the home run derby was fun to watch. The All-Star game is tonight.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be. We have volleyball tonight, so probably won't.
And they just had the celebrity All-Star game a few days ago.
Was that today during the day, or was that?
That was a few days ago.
Was it before the home run derby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. I didn't even watch that.
I didn't watch it either, but I just saw a bunch of pictures of them.
Yeah.
Of them playing. There's some big All-Stars that play in it. If I was a celebrity, I'd be playing in that shit all the time. Yeah.
Basketball, right? Baseball, all those celebrities, like you see Chris Breezy and Justin Bieber on the that Lil Dicky and Jack Harlow and Adam Sandler. That'd be fun as fuck. Speaking of that, you see what Michael Rubin did for the 4th of July?
Yep, he had the all-white party.
Like everyone was there. Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian,
Lil
Baby, Devin Booker, KD. Like I'm missing probably half.
No, there were so many celebrities.
Yeah,
I think ASAP Rocky was there.
Patrick Mahomes,
a
bunch of fucking NFL players.
Joe Burrow,
rappers,
James Harden. Yeah, there was a ton of people there.
Any famous people there? Anybody famous that you can think of? They were probably at that party. Justin Bieber was there.
Absolutely.
Anything that you can think of, they were probably at that party. But
how fun would that be?
Right.
And Michael Rubin, he's the one that started. Man, I know the business too. Damn, it slipped my mind.
I forgot too, but yeah.
He started like I think it's more of a jersey company.
Phonetics.
Phonetics,
yes,
yep.
Yes,
Phonetics, yep. He started that, and so
I couldn't.
And so now he's like, now he's helping. He's more of like a brand type thing. So he deals with a lot of these more athletes than anything. And
he has all those like contracts with NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. He owns all these contracts, and no one can sell anything without this like he owns all of the marketing and shit for that. So
Michael Rubin.
So yeah, everyone in the sports industry.
He's in a few rap songs.
Yeah, because he's fucking baller. He's in Drake. He says like dropped like 500, won $2 million on a couple hands of poker, like Michael Rubin or something like that.
Michael Rubin or Robert Kraft.
Yeah,
I think Meek Mill said that.
No, Drake said Michael Rubin about the couple hands of poker or something like that.
Yeah, that's all I really for sports. Yeah. There was a big UFC card, not big. I mean, it was pretty big, pretty stacked. Volkanovski fought for the main event. Volkanovski fought Yair Rodriguez, and Volk TKO'd him in the 3rd round.
Was it just last weekend?
Yep, and then Brandon Moreno also fought. And then there's a few other ones that they're pretty big fighters, but I really didn't. We watched a little bit of it. We were more outside because we were doing that, that hot dog eating contest. But
oh yeah, we gotta throw that. We gotta throw like a little snippet here. We'll throw a little snippet in right here.
All right, welcome to the first ever TEW Confrontational hot dog eating contest. We got 10 and 10, so 10 hot dogs, 10 minutes. I'm gonna give my best But we'll see. He got $50. I bet him $50. He's going to do 10 and 10. And we'll see how it goes. But when the timer starts, we start eating, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
He takes a bite.
Ready? Yep. Cheers, buddy.
Hey, cheers.
You get a lot harder than I thought.
This is number 5? No way. You have 6 left.
6, yeah.
So you can chill. You've got 8 minutes.
No.
You've got 7 minutes, 40 seconds.
Don't dunk it.
Did you dunk it?
Don't dunk.
I'm going to dunk it. 4.
Keep going, Jackson.
3, 2, 1.
No, I think we run it back next year. We can do better. Good test though.
Make it an annual thing.
And then we'll post
here.
But we'll post the video, like the full video, on our YouTube.
10 minutes long.
It's pretty funny. It's him and your buddy Jackson Reef, and then I don't know who else was all there. I think
Chase
was
has
there.
been on this podcast. He's the Bear Down.
Yeah,
fan.
he was the one we had for the NFL draft. But you got all in this video.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
They do hot dog eating contest, many as you can eat, or as many as you can eat in 10 minutes. I think you tried to do 10 in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
or
I bet
something
Reef
like
10
that.
for 10 hot dogs in 10 minutes for $50. I would have given him. So no, it's a lot harder than you think. That bread gets real dry.
Dude, I saw that
the bread gets real dry when you dunk it. It makes your shit soggy, and it does not. I think you gotta because that bread absorbs it, or absorbs the water.
Yeah.
So it's just
you're just drinking bread, pretty
so
much.
I think you're supposed to squeeze it out. You gotta kind of wring it because it's like a sponge.
Yeah.
So I took a bite. Oh man, that was the worst move.
Yeah. How was it? So you get done with one hot dog. I saw it.
I had
obviously in the video. We'll post it. We put the clip in here, but in the video, you're after 2 bites, you're dang, damn, this is gonna be harder.
Because the bread was dry.
Oh,
it wasn't. Well, it's bread, so it wasn't.
Yeah, that's how they do it too.
Yeah, but they dunk it. They got techniques. I think the big technique. We'll do this because that was the first ever 2 confrontational hot dog eating contest. So yeah, next time I do it, I'm taking the wiener out of the hot dog out of the bun. And I'm just gonna go 10 right away. I can just chop down and then just take my time on the back 6 or 7 minutes just to eat the bread.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know how they do it.
Joey Chestnut.
The hot dog eating contest was on July 4th when it usually is. It was gonna get rained out.
But Joey Chestnut said
he's
no more.
Fuck that,
no.
dude. We are doing this. So he got the train rolling with the hot dog eating contest. I think he finished with 62.
Yep, 62. It was one of his worst.
But he still won.
Mm-hmm.
He still won the first. He still got first. But yeah, 62. I'm not sure how they do it. I didn't watch it. I'm not a huge fan of watching them shove their face full of that because
it is disgusting, man. It makes you feel like.
And I don't know. They have red stuff on their face. They must put something in their water. I don't know what it is, but there's
the hot dogs are red.
They put it in their water, and then on the last couple, it's does something to I don't know. Yeah,
we'll have to do the.
I watched a video of Joe Chestnut explaining it to it. I don't fucking know, but yeah, they put some in there so it's easier to eat or doesn't. I don't know, but anyway, don't really watch it. But don't they eat some of the hot dogs and then take 2 pieces of that bread? To stick it in the water and chomp on those. I don't know how they do it, but
it's tough. But next year I'm gonna give it a better effort because mine was kind of lousy. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to do it. That's why I bet Reef that would be pretty tough. And he'll admit to you that it was pretty damn tough.
I bet it was. You got through 8,
7 or 8, yeah. And I got through 4.5, 5.
Yeah, Chase helps you out at the end, but that's all right because that's what buddies are for.
Yeah. So my question today, we kind of wrapped up on sports.
Just a few quick notes, going back to the home run derby. Yeah. The Adley Rutschman or whatever during the home run derby.
Is it Hadley or Adley?
Adley, Adley or whatever. Rutschman. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was hitting left-handed the whole entire time, and then at the end during his bonus time, he switched to left-handed and was cranking them.
Oh yeah, he hit 8 or 9 in a row, didn't he?
Yeah, so he was switching. Yeah, so it was pretty freaking sweet. Some other Luka Doncic, going back to NBA, he got proposed or he proposed and got engaged on 7/7, so just July 7th, and his number is 77.
Speaking of proposal, Logan Paul got engaged.
Oh hell yeah!
On the 3rd, so July 3rd, right before 4th of July.
Fuck yeah!
A lot of people getting married.
Yeah.
Or engaged, excuse me, but yeah.
And then the other few notes. Sorry, I won't go on. Megan Rapinoe, U.S. soccer. The U.S. soccer gold medalist. Everything. She's gonna retire after the end of this season. The U.S. men's national team, they're going to the Gold Cup semifinals. That's about it. And then in boxing, Francis Ngannou is
fighting a big dog.
Yeah, Tyson Fury. So that's October 28th. So still
and this is the first time that obviously Francis Ngannou was a huge fighter in the UFC. Before him and Dana kind of had an outing. Or how would you say it? An outing? I don't know. They did disagreement on contract, and so he went to I think he's in the PFL now. He's fighting in a different UFC or type of league, but he is going to boxing. He's going to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's going to drop him. Yeah,
more than I don't know, but
Gypsy King is going to take home the gold there.
Yeah, so that should be a fun. That's not till October 28th, so it's still got a ways. The next fight coming up close is Jake Paul and
Nate Diaz. Yeah, that's August 5th. So, that's just a few short weeks away, 3 weeks away. So
3-4 weeks. And then Sugar Sean, I think his was July 28th.
Maybe.
August 28th.
I think it's August 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a couple fights and not till a month away.
Yeah, I'm pumped about that. I think there's some big cards coming up. So.
Yeah. Excited for that.
Yeah.
So, but that's really all I have for the sports end of things. Before you answer personal, or before you ask your personal or the question of the day or whatever, want to go over how we were saying 4th of July is tragedy, not tragedy, but you see all the traumatic events and things like that. Do you see the one at Lake Madison and Ponce?
Yep.
A 14-year-old.
Madison. Yeah, that was
And then at Lake Okoboji too, there's a couple of 22-year-olds that were swimming out to the buoy or whatever. Got tired.
I think more. It was tired, but I think maybe a little bit current too.
Yeah, and they drowned.
Yeah, unfortunate. And we kind of talked about that before. 4th of July, that stuff does happen, unfortunately, and people just got to be more. And I'm not saying it's all their fault. The people out there on the tubes, whatever, that are getting hit by jet skis. I think that you just got to be kind of aware of your surroundings.
Right, and that was a 14-year-old little girl that got airlifted out of there. But that was freaking, I heard that story and I was like, holy buckets. And I didn't expect it, but I
didn't expect that. We was
hope for the best, but you kind of are expecting something, some story to come out that
crazy stuff to happen. With all those those aircrafts or watercrafts on the water, like jet skis, boats, whatever. I was always gonna expect or figure that there's gonna be some type of accident, unfortunately. But
so thoughts and prayers go out to all their families and people who have lost family members due to fireworks. Because I heard a couple of firework tragedies. Family, 9 people were injured, 1 died with a neighborhood family firework explosion or something.
There was a lot of 386 calls during the 4th of July here in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
To 911, and compared to last year, there's 180. So.
Yeah,
you got to be smart with fireworks.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot more in town too. Our neighborhood was just popping. I'm not used to having that many fireworks in town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually they have to go out the dirt road somewhere, but
yeah, for sure.
But question of the day, what'd you got?
We're gonna roll off that Joey Chestnut eating competition type thing. What is the one thing that you'd be willing to? You say, no matter what time frame or how long you get, what would be the thing that you would want to eat, or where you think that you could get through the most of? You could do
what would be what I think would be the easiest or something.
Yeah, what do you think you could dominate in?
I don't know. Maybe hot dogs. I think would be hard, but I'm willing to try it. I think I can beat 8 or 10. I think I can do 10 in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have to do it next year if you're in town.
For sure, I think I can. Or chicken wings. I think chicken wings would be pretty easy. Not easy, but I think I can get and however long a time, just say 10 minutes. I think I could probably get 20 down, say like 2 a minute, or maybe even 3 a minute. We're at the beginning.
Depends how big. I mean, you going off like the what kind of one? They're not boneless. You're talking real
bone, bone in.
Yeah. Are those like you doing like the flats, or are you doing the actual drummies?
Well, I probably just whatever I get. I would prefer the flats, but
flats are harder to get out all the meat though.
Right.
Yeah. So you
or drum. I mean, I prefer to eat the flats, but if it's a contest, maybe the drum. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
But I think wings would probably be would probably be what I would choose to do, or maybe I don't know. I've seen all these, what do they call them, mukbang videos? Mukbang.
They're eating a bunch of random shit. That's some like ASMR like type stuff. People just watch it to like watch people eat food.
Yeah, right. And it's kind of weird, but it's kind of satisfying to just watch them eat. Like I see this guy. It's called Beard versus Food, or Food Man versus
Food or something.
Or no, it's Beard. It's
Beard versus Food.
Yeah, or something like Food versus Beard or something like that. You got to watch it on YouTube.
Well, yeah,
he's pretty famous, and he pretty popular, and he has all these videos where he goes around to different restaurants and does the challenge at that restaurant. Like,
oh, I know. There's this guy similar to that. Yeah.
Like a whole plate full of like a burger this tall. Nobody's done it, and he only gets 30 minutes. He does it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and then eats like a 5-pound pizza or something. Yeah, he eats all that shit. Dude.
I like to enjoy my food.
But yeah, I've seen those type of videos, and I'm like, holy buckets! I don't even know what I would want to eat. I don't think I would want to do a contest.
I kind of thought about it after, like what I could dominate in, or what I could think it a little bit more. I mean, the bread aspect of any type of food, whether it's pizza, sliders, hot dogs, brats, whatever. I mean, if that's the bread's just the filling part, I'd probably have to go. Chicken wings, ribs. I think I could eat it. I think I'd probably get through.
How many racks?
2 racks of ribs in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rack of ribs, pretty good. But I mean, if you get them cooked right, all you're doing is just falls off the bone.
And then I'd also thought hard boiled eggs.
Ugh.
Man, I could devour those, bro. With a little bit of salt,
just popping them, dude. That would be so nasty.
I think I could. It'd be tough.
Your shit would reek for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it would.
And your breath. Imagine talking to you after that. Like, congratulations, Evan. How do you feel? And then oh my god, dude, that'd be nasty.
Yeah, but I thought that was a good kind of piggyback off of what we were talking about with Joe Chestnut.
Joe Chestnut, yeah, 100%. But I would try the hot dogs. I would see how many.
We'll do it next year and see.
I can eat, or wings would be fun.
I think wings would be a good one too, but you don't have to do that on 4th of July.
Yeah, fried pickles. I love. But
I feel like the finger food would be like, I don't know. I think it'd be a lot easier. Well,
mott sticks would be hard.
Mott sticks would be terribly hard. You wouldn't shit for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You'd be so clogged up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of some other food that I think I could eat a lot of. Pizza, like I could eat quite a few pieces of pizza, like thin crust. Like I could probably eat, like even if it was one of those frozen pizzas, I know I can eat a frozen pizza in under 10 minutes.
I don't know. I can't. I like to. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, I can eat a frozen pizza in under 10 minutes if it's cooled off and everything, like not steaming hot.
Yeah,
I know I can. I've done it before.
Yeah,
for sure. Like when you go to home for lunch and you got to throw it on the pizzazz, takes 15 minutes. You only have 15 minutes left of your break, so you eat it. Yeah, for sure, done that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, pretty hungry right now though after talking about all this stuff. But no, that's all I got. I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th. Hope everyone is still safe and has all 10 of their fingers, or how many ever fingers you had going into the 4th of July. But yeah, what else? You got anything else?
I think that is it. I think we covered quite a bit. Obviously, we weren't able to cover we didn't want to go through every single trade.
And we took a week off.
Free agency,
lot to go over. Yeah, we had a lot to cover.
We covered all the big ones.
Hopefully,
and we'll see where
if we miss some.
Damian Lillard ends up. So
yeah,
and hopefully we know maybe
he
next
might be
week.
going to Miami.
We don't know. So
yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, if we miss anything, apologize. We're try to pack anything into an hour.
Been busy, and
but we're back on track. Regular scheduled programming. We got volleyball tonight, pretty much like every other week. So going out and dominating, gonna spike some balls into people's faces. Might rub my balls on some people's faces too while they're down there. And then, but yeah, that's all I have. Until next time, we'll see you guys on the next episode of TEW Confrontational. Peace.